Hello and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. Hey guys, let me cut my volume up. All right, I am Kimmi, the notary educator extraordinaire. How's it going? Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to those who will listen to the replay and those who will listen to the podcast, watch the replay. How about that? So, anyway, guys, welcome. I am here to answer a burning question. A burning question I get all the time is, Kimmi, tell me, what's the number one way you make money as a notary? Because I hear all these different things. Hey, Brittany, what's going on with you? Welcome, welcome. How's it going, Brittany? Welcome. Yeah, so that's a question I get all the time. What's the number one way that you make money as a notary? So I'm going to give you five. I'm going to give you my top 5 ways today that I make money in my notary business, okay? And these are things that I've talked about before, and I encourage you to, if you don't know how to do these services, that you think about adding them to your business. Yes, some of them are a little bit more complex, but complex means more money. Hey, Janet, what's up? What's up? Welcome. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Those who are later, because I didn't plan this, I'm just live here. I had a few minutes. I have a 6:30 tonight, so I had a few minutes since my other appointments this morning. And you know what? Let me start with story time. I know y'all came here for the 5 reasons. I'm going to give it to you, but I do have a story. You know, I always got a story. So I had a client earlier today. He calls me. He needed a certified copy of his driver's license. One, he needed a scan to go over to Trinidad and Tobago, and then he needed a copy of the same set of documents made for himself, and then he also needed a scan to go to someone else in that country. Okay, so the scan was going to 2 different people, so that meant I had to print one set of documents for him. That was the copy part. Scan and email the 4 pages to 2 different people, and then certified copy one driver's license for him. So all in all, I gave him a little flat rate. It was a little discount, really, for all the things you're thinking about I did for him. And it took way longer than it should have. So I was working with an older client. So first of all, I should have known it was going to be more money. I should have charged more because my time is worth more, right? So we started off with one price, and I didn't charge him anymore. He actually tipped me, so I didn't charge him anymore. He gave me a $10 tip, and the $10 tip would have took me to what I had wanted to charge him initially. It was kind of like $60 for everything. But I ended up charging him $50. And again, it's a whole situation. So you price how you price, I price how I price. But you have to learn how to price. You have to know that's a whole art in itself. So I have a whole pricing book to teach you how to price your services. Because if you don't know how to price your services, you don't have a business. Okay. So I tell you the story about my gentleman here because, one, again, about the pricing part of it, and two, how much time it took. So I had to end up snapping the pictures with my app that I use. I have an app. I have several of them actually. So I snapped the pictures. Then, because the contact wasn't his phone, I had the contact so we could send it WhatsApp. So we couldn't find the pictures in his phone and send it the longer way, where you can just, the easier way rather, you could just, hit select, send 5 pictures at a time. No, we had to send them each one. So that was 2 different times. That's 10 pictures total. So I had to send 5 to the first person, 5 to the next person. So all of that is time. So the client knew it. He wasn't able to do it. So he was willing to pay. So people often ask, well, why would somebody pay you $50 to scan some documents and do a notarization? So I didn't charge him for the notarization. That was free, but I charged him for all my other services, the printing, because he needed another set printed for himself. So between all the printing and all that, you may say, well, he could have went to, hey, Amy. Hey, girl from Dallas, Texas. What's up? What's up? So you're probably thinking, well, Kimmi, he could have scanned it himself for free. He could have if he knew how to do it. And then the other piece of it was he had actually had somebody else to notarize the documents on Saturday. So when he called today, I recognized the phone number. I had sent him a message. I said, hey, I'm busy. I'm at another appointment, but how can I help you? And he didn't respond back. So he may not even be good at texting, okay? That's okay. Everybody got their thing. That's why I'm the person. I'm going to do your printing for you. I'm going to do your scanning for you. I got my brother's printer here, and all that. So let me show y'all really quick. I can flip the screen. Oh, don't let me mess up everything. See, I got my brother's printer here. This is not just for long signing, okay? I got my Epson scanner, okay? These things right here are not just for long signing. I use them in my general notary work too. So whatever my client needs, because matter of fact, he was surprised. He said, well, I'll run over to Office Depot and I'll print my documents and then I'll come to you. He said, oh, you have an office? I said, yes, I do. He said, where's it located? I said, it's a home office, but it's a full-blown office. Whatever they need, I can scan it, I can copy it, I can print it, I can notarize, I can apostille it, et cetera, right? One stop. So if you do have these printers, I even have that on my Google page. I offer printing services. So that's something else you can add. I've talked about that many times. Sometimes people just need something printed in the neighborhood and they don't feel like going all the way up to Office Depot. So will they pay you $5? Yeah. So, okay, so that's not what we're here today, though. So we're going to get into it. 5 ways Kimmi makes money being a notary. The first one is my most profitable, is general notary work. General notary work is my number one way that I make money. What does that look like? Practicality. People call me to come to nursing homes. People call me to go to the hospital. They'll call me to come to their job when they cannot get out and go find a notary. Mom or dad is in the hospital. Mom or dad is in a nursing home and they need some help. Okay? They need me to come out to them because they cannot go to the bank. They cannot go to UPS to get it notarized. They cannot go to the regular Joe around the block to notarize a document. So they're going to call me the mobile notary. I travel to them. I charge them a fee for that. Okay? Now, in my state, I don't even charge them the notarization fee. I'm strictly charging them a travel fee. They have to agree up front. So some people may say, well, that sure sounds like a lot just to go to the hospital. But you got to think about it. A half hour there, half hour back, navigating the parking deck, waiting on the doctors to come into the room sometimes. So yes, general notary work can be pricey. I consider it as a luxury service. Okay. That's my Alexa's calling. I have to call her back. Our other trainer. So yeah, I consider that to be a luxury service though. I'm traveling to you. Anytime someone's bringing you something, you could go to McDonald's and get your Happy Meal, but no, you call Uber Eats to bring it to you and your baby, right? You can go get your groceries at Kroger's or Publix, but you use Instacart, right? Or these other methods of mobile to bring it to you, okay? So general notary work is my number one way that I make money. I love general notary work. I was afraid of it at one point, and most of you are afraid because you're wondering, well, what kind of phone call is it going to be? What type of documents is it going to be? Where do they want me to travel? How many people? You know, you don't know. You don't know how to properly notarize. A lot of you anyway, so that's really frightening. You don't know what kind of document they're calling you about. That's where we come in. We teach you as notary educators how to be a great notary, how to notarize any document. So it doesn't matter. If somebody called me right now, they need me to notarize a piece of toilet paper. I know how to do it. Do you? Yes or no? I do have a video on the channel in case you want to watch it. Okay, so know how to be a great notary, okay? 1. Let me get a couple comments and we'll go to number 2. Okay. So we have Brittany saying, I've been going back through the mentor videos and refreshing for this week. Very good, Brittany. How are you liking the program? Michael says, I signed up for your course. You have a whole lot of good information. Thank you, Michael. I want you to, and welcome to the program too. Join me on Wednesday night so I can meet you, okay? Yeah, join me on Wednesday. This week we're talking about how to collect payments because a lot of times people do not know how to collect payments, okay? There is a message here that's being held for review, so I never did that live, so I might skip that message. Let's see what else we have. Amy says, so welcome to the program, Michael. Amy says, yep, that was my mindset. I am scared, but trying to just do it. Yeah, and it can be frightening, Amy, for real. And I wrote a whole book about it. Specialty General Notary Work, Don't Be Scared. And in there, I go over the most common things that you see in General Notary Work. I don't have my book up here. but it's on the website, notaryeducatorsllc.com. And I actually have a course about it too. So you can do the course or the book. The course is in the mentorship program, only $47 a month. You get access to all 14 trainings. My trainings plus Alexis's loan signing training, Google My Business training, and Angela's Apostille training and wedding officiant training. Okay. So everything's included in the mentorship. So yeah, but don't be scared because that's where your number one money maker is going to be. People need a notary 24/7. Now I don't work 24/7, but I have very long hours. I'm open from 8 in the morning till 8 at night. After 5 o'clock now, especially since it's darker, we don't typically offer mobile service. I allow people to come to my home because my husband is here. I don't recommend that for the average person. And they can only come by appointment only. Okay. So yeah, they can only come by appointment only. So I tell people don't roll up in my house because when that county police, I got them on speed dial. All right, but preferably, I mean, I don't mind traveling. You know, Jeffrey and I, we get in the car, we go anywhere. We could do the whole state of Georgia. So the furthest we've been is like 2 hours. So, you know, I'll go get my money wherever it's at. If they want to pay me, I'll be there. Brittany Duke says, I love it. I love the education on general notary work. You are so welcome. Thank you for sharing that too, Brittany. I appreciate it. I really do. So now I want you to start executing though. Don't just keep getting knowledge. Let execute. And then we also have the group me where you could ask questions as you're going through the training or if you're actually getting assignments. So now our people are at a point because people often ask me, and I can give you a little time frame here now. How often does it take for me to go from training and all that to actually making money? Depends on where you're starting in the business, but it seems like about that 3-4 month mark when you can really start making money because you got to get a good foundation. I'm not selling pipe dreams. I'm not selling, fairy tales. I'm talking real work. That's why I always tell people over here, it takes a little bit longer. Why? Because I want you to get a good foundation. It's not a microwave business. I want you here for the long term. Okay? So yes, does it take a little bit longer to do it our way? Yep, it does. But when you become a pro, you are a pro. Nobody can take that away from you. Okay? And then Michael says, will do. Thank you. Don't be scared. It's not that complicated. I heard this like 100 times. That's my mantra. It's not that complicated. And don't be scared. All right. Brittany says, I'm in there. I'm in the one that had the upload issue with you and Jeff helped me with. I rushed too fast into loan signings. Lesson learned. Oh, Brittany. Oh, girl. How did I not figure that out? Brittany, yeah, remember you was asking me about the documents. You see, I don't even remember from the other day, girl. About having copies around and stuff. Yeah, I don't even remember. Yeah, Brittany, yes, girl, I'm sorry. Yes, and to Brittany's point, we do have a loan signing. No, I wasn't even looking at the picture, Brittany. I'm telling you, I got so much stuff going on up in here. I don't remember people unless, now that you're refreshing my memory, which was only 2 days ago, I should have remembered that, right? We were up all night. Trying to help you, but I'm glad that happened because I can talk about it here in the live. That's what we do. We're not technical people, but we can help you. We tried to help Brittany the best we can and get her documents sent back. So that's what your mentor should do for you. That's what we do for our mentees. Okay, we got you covered literally A to Z. If we don't know it, we're gonna figure it out together. But most stuff, we've been there, done that between the 3 or 4 of us. And Jeffrey had to actually get in on that case the other day. So. Yes, Brittany, but it's all good. So anyway, let's get back to jumping into loan signings when Brittany said that. Yes, that's another reason why I like you to take your time. See, you take jobs, not just Brittany, no shade, but people take jobs and they're not ready for the job. You can't even say, well, I watched one loan signing course, I'm ready. No, it takes time. And the main thing is to be a great notary. Once you know how to do your proper notarizations, the rest of it's going to be easy peasy. Because you see, a piece of paper is a piece of paper is a piece of paper. This piece of paper is no different than this piece of paper, okay? If I know how to notarize this, I know how to notarize this. I can notarize a piece of toilet paper, okay? So let's get right into it. So that's number one. My number one way I make money is general notary work, okay? Number 2, how does Kimmi make money? Loan signing agent. Loan signing agent. So that's a separate thing. Now, you're at the end of the day, a notary is a notary. Okay? But I have credentialing from the National Notary Association that calls me a loan signing agent. I took a test with them. That test is recognized with different signing companies, signing agencies. So they will provide me work. Such work is loan modification packages, refinance packages, sellers packages, buyers packages. Okay, it could just be a plain affidavit for or a deed. It could be anything more related to the mortgage industry. Okay, and nowadays they're sending loan signing agents from signing companies all kind of work. I get requests to go out and do field inspections from signing companies. I get requests to do mystery shopping from signing companies. So signing companies now are being hired by the general public to complete all type of tasks, okay? But doing loan documents, yes, I do make $75, typically about $125 per signing. I do some of them around the $50 mark, more like the loan modifications, but and that's all relative again, depending on how far I have to drive, how many packages need to be printed, so all that kind of stuff. But we teach you all of that in the loan signing class. And if you've already taken the NNA training, we find people still need our training because they just still don't know what to do. Okay, we break things down. We've been blessed, all of us, with the gift of explaining things in a simple, uncomplicated way. So the number 2 way that I make money is doing loan signings. Okay, despite what people are saying, loan signings are happening every day, all day. Somebody in the United States of America is buying a home, selling a home, or refinancing their home. Okay, believe me when I tell you, every day, all day, these things are happening. Okay, so don't let nobody tell you that there is no money to be made in loan signings. Now, is it the same as when I first started during COVID? No. But again, that's why my number 1 way I make money is what? For the people in the back, general notary work. Okay? Number 3 way Kimmi makes money. Number 3. Number 3 is apostille services. What is an apostille? An apostille is when a document has to leave the United States, go to another country. It needs a higher level of authentication, and it has to be signed by someone higher than yourself. So you may say, well, Kimmi, why would someone pay you to do that when the state of Georgia only charges $3? Because they don't feel like being bothered with it. It is a very tedious job in the fact that your documents have to be sent correctly. If it's not, it's going to be rejected. Boom. I'm waiting on a document right now. I've not heard anything about it. It's driving me insane. We are into week number 4. My client is actually headed to Dominican Republic. And unfortunately, it's a friend of mine. So he said if it doesn't come back, which is not, he's leaving on Thursday and still not here. I don't know if it's coming back in time or not. But if it doesn't, he said I can just mail it to whoever needs to go to. So that is stressing me out. Now, that's the thing about apostilles I don't like, that when it goes to DC, you just got to wait. I sent them an email. I've not heard anything to follow up on this. So I'll check the UPS later to see if they got if it's tracked at all, where they picked it up or something. I don't know. I'm just over it. That part about apostilles is very frustrating. Very frustrating. I'm going to do a whole video on what I don't like about apostilles. However, the money to be made in apostilles is very well worth it. Okay. The more documents they have, you can charge more. So I usually have my standard rate that I start out. When you see numbers like people saying they make 500, 600 for 3, 4, 5 documents, it's true. It's true. No one is pulling your, I'm about to sound really old, but I'm about to say pulling your coattail. But they're not lying to you. That's my father. That's my father. They're not lying to you when they tell you that they're making $500, $600, $700, $800. They're not. What is this? Hold on. Sorry, guys. I got to check this. I don't know. I don't know who that is. And I'm sorry. This is live, so I'm looking at my messages. Okay. Anyway, so all that being said, I think I know who that was. Sorry. I have to check my messages because I'm live. I'm still working. So all that being said, though, apostilles are lucrative. So again, when you see people saying on YouTube that they made $500, $600, $700, it's true. You just have to know how to do the process. Okay. At first, I was scared. On my channel, I have about maybe 8 to 10 videos about apostilles. but it's also included in the monthly mentorship now. Okay, Angela's course. That course sells normally by itself over 300, but it's a part of the mentorship program. So check it out. So that's another way that I make money. And you make money because of the processing fees, the time involved, the research involved. Sometimes you can take hours researching for a client. They don't always even know. They'll tell you, they'll call you and say, hey, I need this thing to start with apple pastille. It's something with the church. Because I've had even people ask me that, are apostille like in the church? They don't know what apostille is, right? So sometimes you have to research for your client and tell them what it is. All they do is call you and say, I'm having a destination wedding over in Jamaica and I need these documents. They don't know what documents they need. So you need to know. So we teach you all of that though in training. So anyway, it can be very lucrative. So let's go to number 4. The number 4 way that Kimmi makes money in being a notary is ink fingerprinting. Now, I don't do those all day long, but that is another number one of my top 5 ways that I make money. Typical range of my ink fingerprinting jobs are 45 plus, depending on how far I have to travel. I provide the cards, I provide the ink. Again, I have about 2 or 3 videos here on the channel about ink fingerprinting, but I also have a full-blown course on ink fingerprinting in the mentorship program. So you may want to look at that too, okay? And who needs to be ink fingerprinted? It could be realtors. It could be people traveling out the country. I did one the other night I talked about where we made the mistake. Well, Jeffrey made the mistake. And that person was traveling, so they had to have a card with them. If they didn't have an ink fingerprinting card with them, it was another process that they was going to have to go through in their country. Oh, excuse me, I just ate something fast. All right, so that's number 4 is ink fingerprinting. And I'm going to put this in a nice bowl for you in a minute. And the number 5 way, the 5th way that I make money as a notary, that's my most lucrative. Now, I have over 20 different things I do almost, but my other most lucrative is translation services. Translation services. So you may say, Kimmi, I didn't know you spoke Russian. I didn't know you spoke Japanese. And how are you translating? So anyway, yeah, I gotta call her back. So anyway, like I was saying, my other way, I don't speak all those languages. I don't. However, I'm able to help my client because I have different companies that I work with. They translate the document for me. I add a little fee onto it, and then I give it back to my client. Once again, you may say, Kimmi, why wouldn't the client just bypass you and go to the translation company? They don't know how to do it. They're not interested in learning how to do it, and it's a skill set. Everything I do is a skill set. I am an expert. I am the professional in the room, and people pay you for that. Could you imagine? It's just like a doctor. You have all kind of doctors, but then you have the doctor that specializes in dermatology or that specializes in ophthalmology or whatever. So now they're not just a regular doctor, because you got regular notaries, right? The work notary, what we call them, a work notary. Your people at work just put documents in front of you and you just stamp them. That's a work notary. I'm not a work notary. I am a professional notary. I am a professional notary. If you didn't know, you better ask somebody. So that means I do a little bit more than your average notary, okay? So all that being said, I'm going to put this in a nice nutshell for you. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask them regarding these services. But really quick, my 5 ways that I make money: general notary work, loan signing agent, apostille services, ink fingerprinting is number 4, and number 5 is translation services. Those are the top ways that I make money. And all of those are covered in our mentorship program at $47 per month, where you also have access to myself, Angela, and Alexis, and Jeffrey for some tech support. All 4 of us. We also have weekly meetings. Our next meeting is tomorrow. If you're watching this later, just always go to notaryeducatorsllc.com so you can see what the schedule coming up is. You can always catch the replays if you missed something. So again, it's very lucrative being a notary, and everything does not revolve around the loan signing. It just doesn't. And once we can ever get that out of our head, we'll be fine. we'll be fine. We'll start making some money and stop being scared. Learn what to do. Part of being scared too is sometimes we're taking assignments, like Brittany mentioned earlier, that we're not even ready for. And then you go out there, you jack it up, and then the people are gonna be mad at you, and then you're not gonna work no more. So, it's just as simple as that. So I can't make it any cheaper for you. I can't make it any simpler for you, but we did everything we can to help you to be successful. Okay? Any other questions before I head out? Any other questions? What else do we have? What else do we have? Anything else? Going once? Going twice? Okay, well, I am going to head out there because I got to get ready for my next appointment. I do have one coming up. All right, well, I'll be in touch, people. And I will see you in mentorship hopefully on Wednesday night, okay? All right, bye. How are you making money out there in these notary streets? What's your favorite thing to do? Let me answer that really quick, too. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. My favorite thing is general notary, and that was the one I was the most afraid of. That was the one I was the most afraid of. But I love general notary work because I know I'm helping that person on the best day, worst day, and without me, that document would not fly. They need me. They need you. Okay? I can't do all 50 states. I teach all 50, but I can't notarize in all 50. All right, guys. Until later.